Hello again. America's policy regarding Iran is becoming clearer, and this is a scheme which will be advantageous to both the United States and Israel, and quite possibly everywhere else in the world, including Western Europe. President Trump has announced that he will intervene in Iran if the security forces there kill any protesters, which is something which is almost sure to happen over the next few days. He said on his social media account, "If Iran shoots or kills peaceful protesters, the United States will come to their rescue." He also used the military expression that his nation is locked and loaded, which sounds very much as though he's prepared to use his armed forces. It looks as though he sees a chance to turn the clock back 50 years to the days when Iran was America's greatest ally in that part of the world. It's pretty incredible today to recall that in the 1970s, Iran was very close to America, and it was also a friend of Israel's. Iran used to sell oil to Israel. This, of course, was when the Shah ruled the country. He fled with his family in 1979 when it looked as though Iran was on the verge of a revolution, which actually, of course, took place that same year. It was the Iranian Revolution that year which kicked off the whole modern problem of violent Islamism spreading to the West. Before then, it had been a minority interest of people like the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt. It didn't affect Europe or America or anywhere else much. Uh, Muslim fundamentalism, Islamist terrorism was something limited to one or two countries in the Middle East. Now it's become a worldwide problem since the Iranian Revolution. The Shah's son, the Crown Prince, has lived in America for many years, and he says that he's keen to return to his country and take back the throne. With all the unrest currently on the streets of Iranian cities, some people hope that the regime there is about to fall, perhaps with a little help from the Americans. Judging by what President Trump has said, that help might well be forthcoming. This would clear the way for the return of the Shah of Iran. And if the Americans backed him, as they probably would, he's something of a protege of theirs, then America would have the perfect proxy. A man who has lived in that country, let's say the United States, for decades. And not only that, he's friends with the Israeli Prime Minister. He's a man who would be likely to follow American advice in exchange for their aid, and he would be a really close ally in the region. Just imagine that if America were able to install a puppet ruler there in Iran, it would cause an absolute geopolitical upheaval. It would also be the perfect solution to the present problems which Iran is causing around the world, inciting wars in Yemen, Gaza, Syria, Lebanon, and everywhere else you can think of. The whole Middle East might calm down a bit, and perhaps the malevolent influence of Islamism might be curtailed without a bunch of mad mullahs in Tehran encouraging so much mischief. In short, it sounds like an excellent scheme which would benefit us all. The Israelis would also be delighted because they could start buying oil again from Iran, and the Iranian ballistic missile program would be dismantled. It would be a win-win for America, Israel, Iran, and probably the whole world if it were to help halt Muslim terrorism from spreading across the world, as it currently is, even infecting and influencing countries as far from Iran as Nigeria. The next few days might prove quite interesting.